All right, welcome. You are watching this dream building session with JoAnne, and today's session is with Bruiser Brosey from Pennsylvania in the United States of America. And his big dream is to build a seven-figure business that will help support others in becoming their best, most authentic selves. How awesome is that? So I want to get on my soapbox really quick before we start talking with Bruiser. What I believe and what I teach is that our heart's desires and our biggest dreams are absolutely meant to be fulfilled. And I believe that these dreams are implanted inside of us by our Creator. I mean, all of us have such unique dreams and goals and desires. So that's, it just can't be duplicated. So it must be from our Creator, right? And I believe that we have two big blocks that get in our way of the universe kind of delivering those things into our lives. And that is, one is lack of action, and two, having resistant emotions. And so what I mean by lack of action is, I mean like that joyful, inspired, like aligned action that really just feels good and puts you out into the world so that the universe can meet you out there, right? And then what I mean by resistant emotions, I mean like fear, doubt, worry, frustration, lack of belief, lack of self-trust, all those resistant emotions. That's what's blocking the universe from delivering that into your life. So you've heard all the time, you hear like, just allow. You ask and you allow and you receive. Well, how do you do that? How do you allow? Well, removing those resistant emotions is how you allow this to unfold. So I'm going to turn it over to Bruiser. Bruiser, you had shared with me that your big dream is to build a seven-figure business. So tell me why this dream is important to you.
Well, be honest, JoAnne, my biggest I've been struggling to find myself for a long time now. I'm 35, going to be 36 in September. And up until I was 33 on New Year's Day 2016, I was just very lost with my life.
Okay.
And I was trying to force things to happen that when I look back just wasn't in alignment with me. And all I could think about was trying to force myself into a better situation, instead of something that I truly wanted, which I figured out was to be my own boss and just and just have the freedom to do more things that I want and just enjoy my time on Earth.
Yeah.
And my ultimate why is actually even bigger. I'll explain
Okay.
I'll explain why. My ultimate why is to influence and impact at least 5 million people worldwide.
Okay.
I'm choosing my seven-figure business for my dream builder. This is my like if the 5 million people is my lifelong goal, this seven-figure business I'd say is like my 5-year goal. Okay. And I think it's one of the biggest building blocks that would really set me free to really do so much.
So I'm sorry, but what is the impact and influence that you want to have on these 5 million people?
I want to influence them to be their best authentic selves.
Right.
To better their lives through and help them live the life that do the work that they want to do. They should not be struggling through long hours of work a week and then not have any energy to do anything they want. I mean, yes, we are limitless beings. We have the power to do anything we want. Mm-hmm. But we also have to make sure that we recharge ourselves and refill our energy tanks when when we go through periods of work, periods of, whatever we're doing. And, it's just that cycle, work, recharge, do something, recharge.
Yes. Okay. Well, I think it's really amazing. I love this goal of yours. I love this dream because I'm right in alignment with it. And I think so many people are in alignment with that they are looking to live their life instead of, kind of do what our grandparents and maybe our parents did. And that was just, go to work for a company and seek that, illusion of security, right? What we're looking for is that fulfillment of, hey, we came to earth, we came here to explore, we came here to experience it, and I can't do that if I'm locked up, not locked up, but in a position that doesn't give me the freedom to do that. So I love that you have this dream because I'm in alignment with it. I just got chills from it. Okay, so my next question for you is, who do you see yourself being as you experience this dream being realized? Like when you think about, having this multi-million dollar business and you're able to influence and impact all these millions of people, who do you see yourself being?
I see myself being a very casual yet passionate being who's always traveling. Like,
Okay, I love it.
I want to travel at least once a month, whether it's for an event or whether it's just a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to be traveling, and like you said, we want to be exploring. Like I want to see the world. I want to see all the great landmarks of our Earth. What our ancestors built before us, what the past, what everyone in the past did.
Yeah.
I want to see new things, experience new activities. I want to be able to able to do things that are crazy enough that that people would put on the internet or Guinness would put in the world record books.
Fun.
I want to have that confidence.
Yeah. Okay.
Take that on.
That's awesome. That's what I was going to ask you next. Like, as far as like, when you think of how Bruiser is, like you're the essence of you. So you're confident. And are there any other qualities that come up to you in your mind that you're like, okay, that would definitely be something that I'm embodying if I am at the level of impacting that many people, and I have the, because you're making such a big impact, you're going to create that kind of income, right? Just as a side effect. So, so you see yourself being confident. Anything else that comes up for you?
I see myself being more decisive.
Okay.
In just about anything I do. That's one thing I definitely want to improve on. I would also love to improve on being more social to people.
Okay.
And have long-lasting conversations with people about topics that matter, and not just this, all this small talk this, all the crap about current events that people get inundated on, and really is what really I think hurts us as a society, because we get fearful about everything negative going on.
Yes.
Instead of coming from a place of positivity and focusing on the good that happens.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Okay. So when you think of having this experience of, you are, you're at that level within your business that you're making that impact, that you've got these millions of people that you're impacting, what does it feel like to you?
Feels a lot less stressful.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And more And I feel like I have more energy throughout the day. It makes me want to. It makes me want to wake up. Right. When I wake up, I want to get out of bed right away and not spend an hour in a state.
Right. Nice. I love it. Okay. Now we're gonna move on just a little bit here. So a lot of us positive thinking, spiritually centered, and all of us, personal development junkies, we have been taught, you think positive, and that's what you put out and that's what you create in the world. Well, what happens when we don't address the fear inside of us? What happens? Things don't get realized, right? They don't get manifested, because even though we're trying to ignore that negative emotion, we are actually living it out, subconsciously. So I want to switch a little bit with you and talk about some resistant emotions that you might have, like in actually realizing this dream. Like, what comes up? What kind of fears come up?
A lot, a lot of fear, as you said. Like, there's a lot of fear that comes up. Um, just a list a few. Just fear of what others would think. I've been dealing with that for a while.
Yep.
Yep, fear of like the fear of flying. Fear of actually changing,
Mm-hmm.
because I think a lot of people would agree with me. Change is rather uncomfortable, and I have, and I just fearing what I would lose
Okay.
by what I would gain. And yes, and I don't want to give you the wrong idea. Like, I do realize I'm going to lose stuff from my past. I'm going to lose things from my past and people from my past to go to this new life. But I still get some resistance about that.
Like the fear of like leaving people behind kind of thing, like.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think, and I would say my biggest fear, really, my biggest block, which I'm beginning to overcome, but it's still there. What's that scent, by the way? What's that scent?
Oh, I'm just smelling grounding because I'm hearing my daughter cry in the background, so I was like, let me just sniff on some grounding.
But I was gonna say it's my fear of dealing with my parents, and it's something that I've been dealing with a long time. Is unfortunately, my parents just don't agree with it. At least it doesn't seem like, from my point of view, is they don't agree with personal development. They don't agree, and they don't agree. Like, my parents worry about like, I feel like sometimes all they do is worry about me.
Right.
And they worry about everything I do. They worry when I spend money on something. They worry about when I go out and all that. And yes, and they do realize, I'm an adult and all that, but they just don't agree with the whole personal development concept. And I know when I change, there's going to be some things I know they're not going to agree with. And it's just something that I have to get past.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think, that's normal. All the things that you're talking about are very normal fears. So you had mentioned the fear of what others will think, which aligns with what your parents will think. The fear of flying, a lot of people have that fear, the fear of changing, and the fear of, kind of like what you would lose, what your maybe relationships that you won't be able to sustain because you'll just be in a different place than they'll be in. So I think those are all, very normal fears. Anything else that comes up for you about, any kind of doubt or, lack of belief in yourself or anything like that?
Oh, just just I think fear of failure, fear of failure. That's definitely, that definitely sticks to my mind sometimes. And also the fear of success and, being able to maintain it. I think that's, just, just a lot of, just self-esteem and all that. I feel like, I feel like, I need to just either work on or use what I have to my advantage. Use being an introvert to my advantage when it comes to building a business.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes. That's one thing that we're going to talk about, is, the actions that you're taking in your business that are aligned with you. So a lot of times, when we receive training in our work, we are trained in a way that works for certain types of people, right? And so those things may or may not work for us. So there's two things going on. There's one thing going on, practical action is important, putting ourselves out there. But what's more important is the energy behind those, right? So the joy, the feeling good, the feeling confident, the feeling that, this is a forward moving action, and not like, when you say, for example, say you put a post out on Facebook and you put this post and you're like, this is what I'm into, and, let me know if you want to, hear more about it. And when you write that out, you just have all this fear going on inside of you, and you're just thinking like, people are just going to think I'm the biggest loser, whatever they're going to think, right? So is that the energy that you want to attach to that post? No, it's not. It's not the energy you want to attach to that post. So what's really important is not just the actions that you're taking, making sure that your actions that you are taking feel good, and they feel in alignment, and they have that good energy behind them. Because I believe that when you're in a business that's more heart-centered, like you are, like you want to impact millions of people, so you're obviously, your business is a more heart-centered business. You're not like trying to manufacture certain things and put gadgets together and make this profit margin and this kind of thing. You're a heart-centered entrepreneur, so it's a different game that we're playing. We're playing a different game. We're playing an energy game. We're not playing a widgets game, right?
Yeah.
So the energy is very important. So I'd like to do two things with you. One, we're going to do a round of tapping on just some of the fears that you had coming up. And then also, I'd like to talk to you about the actions that you're taking in your business now. And why don't we talk about now what actions you're taking in your business? So give me like maybe 2, 3, 4 actions that you're currently taking.
Okay, well, right now I am in the final part of getting everything set up. Okay. My website designer and I we're getting my website set up, my blog set up, and I'm working on an email getting parts of an email sequence.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Finish it. I've already got the lead magnet set up, but this week to Sunday, we're looking to get everything set up.
Okay.
And then starting on Sunday, when I go into full business mode,
sweet.
I really want to start posting on my profile. I have a Facebook group set up, and I've got a business page. So start posting on all of those. Start discussing, what really makes an epic adventure. And then also right away, I want to work on some sort of sales funnel for my one affiliate offer. And then I also have an MLM opportunity that I know I'm actually going to have to have to make calls and, actually talk to people. So I'll have some sort of funnel that's like a scheduler, like Acuity or something like that. And, just figure out how to get those set up, that
Okay.
way. Yeah. And just start driving traffic to not only the website, but like opt-in pages and like to the groups, to the pages, get people talking about it. And, again, and just get people, just start to get their mindset thinking in a more positive, solution oriented.
Yes. So two things I heard, or two things I want to say. One is you said something about what makes an epic adventure, and I really like that. I think that um, that there's so many people that are yearning for adventure, but I really feel like when you said epic adventure, it was like, ooh, I want an epic adventure. Because to me, epic it's like one of those adventures that you're just like, holy shit, this is like once in a lifetime kind of adventure. You know what I mean? Which, you could actually have many epic adventures. You don't have to have just once in a lifetime, but, we've all been places, I think, well, I hope that all of us have been places that we probably won't go back to, but it was epic. It was an epic experience. So we'll forever have those. So I love that. And then the second thing that you said, that sparked something in me, and now I don't even remember what that was. Let me see. Let me smell in my memory enhancer. No, it's not. um, oh, this is what I was thinking about when you were talking about, you said getting people to that more positive mindset or whatever, that positive thinking. And what came to me was getting people thinking about that possibility, that epic adventures are possible, and actually your birthright. You're here on one of the most beautiful planets. I mean, I don't know if I've been to many planets before. I don't have memory of traveling to different planets, but I mean, we're on an amazing planet, you know what I mean? And so to be able to, be here in a body that can experience this planet is a real gift. So I think, I don't know what your email sequence will be like as far as your email campaign and what your Facebooks will say, your posts say. But I think that if you are speaking to people that yearn for that adventure, you're just really going to hit on some really great, you know, some really great pull, some really great attraction, and really great energy. So technically, this is like the beginning of your business is launching this weekend, you say.
Yeah, nothing public, but just having everything together so I can start building that audience. And I do want to add on, when you talk about that epic adventure, is, epic event, the essence of, because my tagline is actually create your own epic adventure. Like, that's the tagline of my whole
Nice.
website and business type. Epic adventure is more than traveling to places. Epic adventure is really being your most authentic self, your best self, and doing what you want to do. And if you don't like travel, you can still live an epic adventure.
Yeah.
Because it's all about doing what you want to do. If you have a family and you want to have more time with that family, you can make an epic adventure out of that.
Yes.
If you're looking to just, do some crazy things in life, that's an epic adventure. You want to travel, that's an epic adventure. And like you said, it's not one size fits all. Like, life's not one size fits all. And really, what's the fun in one size fits all?
Exactly. Yes. Okay, well, I am like loving you even more. You and I have already had a couple conversations together prior to this, and I'm just loving you even more because I just completely resonate with what you're about. And I'm in the the comments, not the comments, but the description of this video on YouTube, I want to leave a link to your website for people to be able to reach out to you. So you'll just get me that information, and I'll make sure that's in the description so that people can reach out to you, because there might be people that are watching that really resonate with what you're saying, because it is so true. Like, your life can be an epic adventure. That doesn't mean that you have to travel every month. That doesn't, it means whatever you want it to mean to you. So, all right, so let's do a little bit of tapping. Did you want to say something else? Go ahead.
The only other thing I want to say is that your adventure can change at any point. It's not like you have to have one kind of adventure.
I love it.
That's what I'm building right now. Like, I'm even building my epic adventure. Like, I'm not even there yet, but I'm working towards it. And that's why even at this phase of my life, I want to help people build theirs, because it's really what life should be.
Yeah. And I'm totally feeling that from you. I love it. I think that's why, we resonate so much with each other, but really feeling that. So let's do some emotional freedom technique. Let's do some tapping. And I would encourage those of you that are watching to tap along with us, because this is a healing modality for us to release the emotions that are blocking the universe from delivering her divine plan for you, right? These desires that you have, right? They're planted on your heart, and they are for you to fulfill. So we're going to tap a little bit on these fears that Bruiser mentioned, and so let's go ahead and get centered. I like to start all my EFT sessions with a little bit of centering, and this just the centering here, it just supports us in establishing that conscious communication with our divine source, that this divine energy is connected to Bruiser and I, and to whoever's watching. This is not something that can even be broken. Our energy is always connected to each other. It just takes us bringing that conscious attention to it to realize that we are connected to one another, and we are connected to that universal wisdom. And when we reside in that place, anything is possible. We don't have to hold on to anything. So let's go ahead and start with our karate chop point. Let's go ahead and start with, even though I have these fears,
I
completely love and accept myself.
I completely love and accept myself.
Even though I have these fears, I completely love and accept myself.
I completely love and accept myself.
Even though I have these fears,
I
completely love and accept myself.
I completely love and accept myself.
All right, let's go to the top of the head. Okay, all right, so I have this fear. Of what other people will think of me. Of what my parents will think of me. And how they won't agree with me. And I've been taught that part of my worth is based on what others think of me. It's a program that runs deep in our culture. This fear of what other people will think. About their negative judgments. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they think. Because anything they think
Because anything they think
is actually a projection from them.
is actually a projection from them.
It really has nothing to do with me.
It really has nothing to do with me.
Me going for my big dreams
Me going for my big dreams
scares them
scares them
because they don't want me to get hurt.
because they don't want me to get hurt.
They don't want to be hurt.
They don't want to be hurt.
They don't want to be disappointed.
They don't want to be disappointed.
If they just go with status quo,
If they just go with status quo,
they don't have to put themselves out there
they don't have to put themselves out there
and risk being judged.
and risk being judged.
But I'm not status quo.
But I'm not status quo.
And even though other people matter to me,
And even though other people matter to me,
I don't care what they think.
I don't care what they think.
Because what they think
Because what they think
has to do with them.
has to do with them.
It has nothing to do with me.
It has nothing to do with me.
So I can release this fear.
So I can release this fear.
This fear of what other people will think.
This fear of what other people will think.
This fear of what my parents will think.
This fear of what my parents will think.
This fear of what my friends will think.
This fear of what my friends will think.
This fear of what strangers will think.
This fear of what strangers will think.
What matters
What matters
is what I think.
is what I think.
And what I think
And what I think
is that I deserve
is that I deserve
to live my dreams,
to live my dreams,
to impact millions of people,
to impact millions of people,
to create abundance for myself,
to create abundance for myself,
to support others in living authentically,
to support others in living authentically,
and be highly rewarded for it.
and be highly rewarded for it.
It's my destiny.
It's my destiny.
It's on my heart.
It's on my heart.
It's there for me to experience.
It's there for me to experience.
And I'm stepping into it.
And I'm stepping into it.
I'm stepping into this confident role.
I'm stepping into this confident role.
I'm taking clear, decisive actions.
I'm taking clear, decisive actions.
I'm feeling passionate waking up every morning
I'm feeling passionate waking up every morning
with a purpose,
with a purpose,
with people waiting
with people waiting
to be touched by me,
to be touched by me,
to be impacted by me,
to be impacted by me,
to be supported by me,
to be supported by me,
as I live my authentic life.
As I live my authentic life.
I inspire others
I inspire others
to live their authentic life.
to live their authentic life.
Creating an epic adventure
Creating an epic adventure
together.
together.
This is my
Together.
destiny.
This is my destiny.
I am confident.
I am confident.
I am confident I can fill this role.
I am confident I can fill this role.
I believe in myself.
I believe in myself.
And I trust my Creator
and I trust my Creator.
My Creator
My Creator
gave me this dream
gave me this dream
to experience it,
to experience it,
not to dangle it in front of me,
not to dangle it in front of me,
but to realize it,
but to realize it,
to allow it to manifest,
to allow it to manifest,
and for me to experience it,
and for me to experience it,
impacting millions of people,
impacting millions of people,
leading an epic adventure,
leading an epic adventure,
living out my heart's desires.
living out my heart's desires.
This is what I'm here to do.
This is what I'm here to do.
And I'm fully capable of it.
And I'm fully capable of it.
All those practical steps,
All these practical steps,
they'll come,
they'll come,
and I'll learn those steps necessary
and I'll learn those steps necessary
to reach my biggest dreams.
to reach my biggest dreams.
But what matters most
But what matters most
is my belief in that dream.
is my belief in that dream.
My dream is meant to be lived
My dream is meant to be lived
by me.
by me.
It's been given to me.
It's been given to me,
And I accept it.
and I accept it.
It's not for me to question.
It's not for me to question.
It's for me to trust.
It's for me to trust.
It's for me to trust and move forward,
It's for me to trust and move forward,
believing in myself,
believing in myself,
believing in the universe,
believing in the universe,
and connecting with all these people.
and connecting with all these people.
This is my job.
This is my job.
I am fully capable of this job.
I am fully capable of this job.
All right, you are fully capable.
All right.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so what I would like for you to do, so over this next 30 days, we're going to be in communication with each other. And what I want you to do is I want you to be taking 1 to 2 joyful, inspired actions every day. Are you hearing me?
Yep.
Okay. Your screen froze up there for a second. So maybe there is, some behind the scenes things that you could be doing now before your official launch. Maybe you could be telling some people, like you've told me, I'm sure you've told other people that, this is something that's coming down the pike, So think about some every day taking 1 to 2 joyful, inspired actions, to really be moving this vision forward for yourself. And then second thing is I want you to tap every single day on either some kind of emotion that comes up around your big dream. If it's some kind of like fear or doubt or whatever, it's just, even though I have doubt, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I have doubt, just do it for 5 minutes, whatever comes to you. And then maybe even some days, not focusing on a resistant emotion, but focusing on, even though this dream isn't realized yet, I completely love and accept myself. And, I see myself in this role, and just going through the tapping points with, this more, positive talk, this more affirming language that, this is something that you're stepping into. So what we're going to do is we are going to meet back here in 30 days, and we're going to do a follow-up. And what we'll go over is sort of, you know, an overview of what actions you've taken over the 30 days, what feelings have come up, what successes that you've had, and then how you're moving forward for the next 30 days. So if we take our dream building and these 30-day blocks, to me it feels like, oh, okay, like, you know, we can do this, right?
Yeah.
So we're sort of chunking it down, and once we get to that 30-day point, then we can look back and be like, wow, look at all these actions I've taken. And we know that where energy is focused, we're going to get some kind of energy back from that, right?
Yep.
So we will meet back here in 30 days. I want to, you know, thank you for sharing. Thank you for being so open. And with that, oh, just one more thing. If anyone out there in the internet world wants to connect with you or myself, I'm going to leave the information in the description of this video. So both Bruiser and I, right, we welcome you to reach out if you feel connected and if you feel called to do so, right?
Absolutely.
All right, thank you for being here, and thank you for watching out there on the interwebs. And